Okay, so imagine this. Every single order that pops up on your DoorDash screen starts at $4 base pay. Not $2, not $2.50, like $4. Would that be a good DoorDash life? Before the tip even touches it. All theoretical. Would you even care what the customer tipped if it was a $4 base pay? Would you still sit there staring at a $5 offer trying to guess if there's a hidden tip behind it? Or would your whole entire approach just shift and you would work DoorDash differently? That's not fantasy. That's the conversation we're going to have right now. And what's interesting isn't just the money, it's what a $4 base pay would actually do in how each dasher would actually use the DoorDash app, because the math changes, but the strategy changes way more. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. First of all, base pay has been a topic of conversation, I feel like, for years. It was when I started 5 years ago, and it was still $5. Now even more, because what does $2 really do for a dasher? And it really got me thinking, and what sparked this whole thing. If they just raise it, not even to $5, if they raise it to $4, what would that actually look like for a dasher? Here are my thoughts. Okay, so right now, a typical, making this up, 3-mile DoorDash order at a $2 base pay, no tip, you're looking at $2 for 3 miles. That is 66 cents a mile, with gas, wear and tear, you name it. You're literally paying to deliver that food. Decline every single time. Now flip it. So the same 3-mile order, now at a $4 base pay, no tip, that's $4 for 3 miles. It's $1.33 a mile. It's still not amazing, don't get me wrong, but it barely covers your costs, but it definitely covers your costs. It's not upside down anymore, and here's where it gets good. Add even a $3 tip to that. You're now at $7 for 3 miles, over $2 a mile. That's a solid order in anybody's book. The difference, that $2 base pay, the tip is the order. At a $4 base pay, the tip is a bonus. That mental shift, that changes everything about how you approach a DoorDash shift. Because here's what most people miss. If DoorDash just did a $4 base pay, it doesn't put money in your pocket. Well, it does put a little extra, but it changes your decisions. Right now, maintaining a 70% acceptance rate, it takes a lot of work, sometimes a lot of stress. You're weighing and thinking about every single order. Is it worth it? Am I tanking my acceptance rate for $2? With a $4 base pay, that pressure and that stress, it drops a little bit. A 2-mile no-tip order at a $4 base pay is $4 for 2 miles. Not great, but a lot of dashers would take it. You can accept it. You can keep your AR healthy and move on to better offers without feeling like you just lit your money on fire. And cherry picking, it still exists, but it's less desperate. You're not crawling for every $8 order because the $4 ones aren't insulting anymore. You can afford to wait for the really good ones without hourly rate catering in between. But I guess that would defeat the purpose of DoorDash getting orders delivered. Then let's talk zone strategy. It shifts too. Right now, dead zones, areas with no restaurant clusters nearer the drop-off, are terrifying for dashers to take, because you might get stranded with a $2 order on the way back. You're like, nope, not happening. At a $4 base pay at a return trip, it's somewhat survivable, but $4 definitely looks better than $2. You're more willing to take that good delivery to that edge of town, to the edge of your zone, because the worst case, it isn't as bad as $2. And can we talk about the tip thing? Because this is the part no one really is honest about. I'm going to be a little honest. At $2 base pay, you need tips. We are surviving on tips, because what does $2 do? It's not that you want them, it's that you need tips. Every no-tip order is basically you subsidizing someone's delivery with your gas tank. And that creates like this weird thing between you and the customer. And how often with these no tip orders, does DoorDash really pit the customer versus the dasher? You're checking the offer amount, trying to reverse engineer what they tipped. You're frustrated before you even pick up the food. $4 base pay kind of kills all that. Not completely. You still get mad because someone probably didn't tip you, but at $4, you're like, okay, I guess I'll get it done. The customer tip becomes what should have been all along, a nice addition, not the thing that determines whether the DoorDash shift you're working is really worth showing up for. And honestly, that makes you a better driver. When you're not resentful about what's happening in the orders you're getting, you deliver better. You're a better person working for DoorDash. It becomes positive, right? You're not rushing through a $3 order to get back to a $12 one. Every order pays enough for you to actually care about and to actually make a really good decision. Now, here's where it kind of gets interesting, and you can agree or disagree with me on that one. You can put it in the comments. But when DoorDash does a $4 base pay, if they ever do a $4 base pay, I highly doubt it. But Uber Eats sees that, Grubhub sees that, every gig app watches what others do. If DoorDash went to a $4 base pay, the pressure on every other platform to match, it would actually be massive, and they would have to really think about it. We've already seen how quickly these apps copy each other's features. We see it almost every single day. Pay structures, same game, tier systems, and driver retention shifts too. One of the biggest reasons drivers quit DoorDash is that first week where they realize their $2 base pay orders are costing them money. If it's at a $4, it means that more drivers stick around and you have better retention. More active drivers means better coverage, which means orders get delivered. Better coverage means faster deliveries. Faster deliveries means happier customers. See, it's a win-win, DoorDash. I'm telling you, I have a theory going on. It's a cycle that actually feeds itself. Right now, the cycle goes through the other way. Low pay, drivers quit. Fewer drivers, slower delivery, customers leave. DoorDash cuts pay more to compensate. $4 base pay could break that entire loop. And who would look like the hero? And here's who wins the most from this. In my opinion, the part-time people only doing this less than 10 hours a week. The weekend warriors, the people dashing after their regular job for extra cash. That's how I started. Those are the people getting hit the hardest with this low base pay right now. They're dashing during the hours that are good for them, but it might not really be the peak pays for DoorDash. They're not getting some of these high paying orders on a weekday. Friday night orders, yeah, maybe. They're getting the Tuesday 2 p.m. $3 specials. But a $4 base pay makes those hours viable again and makes you go, oh, I should probably go out and dash today. It also makes multi-apping more strategic. If both DoorDash and another app are paying $4, you're comparing offers on equal footing. No more, oh my God, I have to take a $2 order to maintain my platinum status. You wait for the good one on either app because your floor is at $4 everywhere if it goes across multiple platforms. That would be a win for everyone. Now, let me be real with you. DoorDash isn't just gonna hand us an extra $2 per order out of the kindness of their heart. That's not how it works. Every year I've worked, it has gone down. If base pay goes up, though, to $4, something else changes too. Maybe delivery fees go up, unfortunately. Maybe restaurants pay more to be on the platform. Maybe the priority program gets restructured. There's always a trade-off to something going up. But here's what matters. The trade-off, in my opinion, is worth it if it makes a job sustainable. Right now, too many drivers are operating at a loss, and they're complaining that, you know what, this is what's happening on the platform, and then they move on to other apps. You can look at any order and know your floor covers your costs to do the job. Everything above that is actually profit, not revenue, but profit. So would the $4 base pay change everything? Go ahead, let me know. but not the way most people think. It's not just about the money. It's about driving like your time is actually worth something. You value yourself and you value yourself doing DoorDash. So drop a comment. What would you change if base pay hit $4? Go ahead, let me know in the comments. While you're down there, give this video a like. This one is up next. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye, everyone.